Hey everyone, welcome back. I am doing this soft, glam, wearable, everyday, easy look because of you guys. I was realizing how many products that I have acquired lately because of viewer recommendations, and I thought I'm gonna get ready with some of those products today. And some of these products that I'm gonna be talking about, you wanted more information about or wanted to know if I'd ever used them or still use them. So I'm gonna be using them and talking a little bit about them today. And one in particular you wanted to see a demo on, and that is the Anastasia Soft Glam palette. I know you guys wanted to see a wearable look with it, so that's what I'm doing today. So if you want to see how I got this look, with the majority of the products I use being viewer suggested, just keep watching. The first thing I'm going to be trying is the Strivectin Anti-Wrinkle Line Blur Perfector. I was sent this in PR and I have not gotten to try it yet. A few of you have asked me about it and whether or not I was going to try it. So today is the day. It says it's an instant wrinkle blurring primer. It sounds like that would do well for pores too. And I'm just going to apply this like I would any other primer. It feels kind of silicone-y. I usually take a pea-size amount. That's really all you need for any primer is a pea-size amount. A lot of times primer doesn't work for people because they apply way too much. It feels really good on the skin. It's really smooth and I definitely see where it blurred my pores. I'm gonna zoom you in really quickly. It definitely blurred my pores. And I do have a couple little lines on my forehead and I do feel like those are smooth as well. It feels really smooth on the face. While I'm letting that sink in a minute, I am just going to show you that I'm going to go ahead and try the Cover FX Power Play Foundation. This is new. I am going to be doing a foundation road test on this, but I wanted to go ahead and try this today because it came and I'm just dying to try it. This is what the bottle looks like. It's a plastic bottle. It's really lightweight. I thought it was going to be a glass bottle, but it's not. I'm in the shade G30. Well, I think I'm in the shade G30. I was expecting it to be a pump. It's not a pump. It's a little squeezy tube bottle. People seem to be really impressed by this, so I am very anxious to try it. It might be a little light. No, it's blending in pretty well. I know this isn't technically a foundation road test, but I wanted to show you half my face with it on and half with it off. It looks pretty good. I think it gives solid medium, maybe even medium to full coverage. I didn't really build it a whole lot. It did get a little runnier when I added a tiny bit more onto my hand. So that initial dropping out of the foundation just may have been kind of a fluke. It applies pretty quickly though. I finished my foundation. I like it upon first application. I love the way it looks. It's really nice. I'm going to save my full review, of course, for the foundation road test. And I went ahead and did a little something to my brows. I am dipping back into and retrying the Dip Brow by Anastasia. Just want to rediscover some things. I am extremely happy to be partnering with Colorescience for a second time on this video. Actually, it's the third time I've partnered with Colorescience, but the second time for this specific product. This is the Total Eye treatment. If you've been following my channel at all, you know I love this treatment. This is probably my favorite discovery of the year. I use it every single day, every single morning when I'm getting ready. This is what I use under my eyes as my corrector ever since I discovered it. Words cannot describe how much I love this product, and those of you who have gone out and bought this product since I've talked about it have loved it as much as I love it too. The reason why I wanted to include Total Eye in this particular video is because many of you have asked extra questions about this product since I've been using it in my videos. And one in particular is about the price. Why would you pay for this particular product when you could just use an eye cream or a regular corrector? And the reason why is because it's a 3-in-1 product. You kind of get everything all in one. And there are some other questions too that I'll address as I go. So when you open it up, you have this cooling applicator, which is really great for puffiness if you have puffiness under your eyes. My friend Lisa J just used this in a video recently, and she talked about how she used to get puffiness and she realized that she really didn't have any puffiness anymore after using this product. It does have SPF 35 in it. I don't know if you're like I am, but I put SPF on my face every day, but I don't really concentrate it specifically right under the eye. This ensures that I do, and this is where we show aging a lot, is right under the eye. And so you just dab it right under here and you can be assured that you're going to get a really good SPF right under your eye. You can rub it or dab it, but you can see it's got a really great peachy undertone to it, which is perfect if you have dark circles like I do. And it addresses lines, wrinkles, and dark circles because it has a treatment aspect to it. It also primes your under eye for smooth makeup application. I do find that it brightens enough to where if I want to wear it by itself on a light makeup day, I can get away with that. It provides enough moisture and hydration that it just really works for me. Now, I find that I do still use an eye cream in my skincare routine just because I need a lot of hydration. You may not. That's completely customizable for you. You can use it morning and night. I personally don't use it morning and night because it is my color corrector and I want it to last as long as I can make it last so I don't run out. So I still use just a nighttime eye cream at night. But you can see the difference. It gives me such nice hydration that I feel like I just get extra during the day. I find that even though it's creamy and it provides hydration, it's a light and airy creaminess. It's not so heavy that you're gonna feel like you have a lot of gunk underneath your eyes. Also, what you can do is put this on your lids to color correct your lids. I do always set this just because it does give a little bit of hydration, but I find that it works well and I don't crease with it either. That's gonna be your mileage may vary. I know everybody's different with their lid primers. So if you are interested in this product, I do have a code. It's Total ISM and you get a free mascara, which I will be using in this video as well with the purchase of the Total Eye. I think that's a really great deal because this is a good mascara. It's very gentle on the eyes. I have sensitive eyes and it doesn't flake or smudge on me. It's really nice. It just gives a good everyday look. So now I'm gonna set my lids and then move on to concealer. The powder I'm using today is It by Pores loose powder, and the reason why I'm using it is because it has been in my drawer and I kind of thought I didn't like it that much. Then I thought, okay, all these viewers can't be wrong. All these people really like this powder. I'm just gonna retry it. And you know what? I actually think I really do like it. The concealer I'm using is the Tarte Maracuja Creaseless Concealer. I have been asked if I still use this concealer. It's almost gone. I haven't been using it as much as I used to just because I have so many other concealers. This one is in the shade, I want to say light medium sand. I could be wrong. I'll put it down below. A little tiny bit of this goes a long way. I have this much on. That is probably way too much. I find I definitely need less concealer overall when I use the Colorescience product because it does brighten and lighten so well. Some people can't set at all because it just really ages them a lot. Some people have to set because they crease right underneath the eye. I'm one of those people that does have to set. What I've been trying to do lately is really just pack a little bit of powder on right underneath the lash line where I get really creasy and then just lightly dust it on everywhere else. And the reason why I do it with the damp beauty blender underneath the eye is because it keeps it from creasing longer. And then I'm taking a Sigma F64 and just lightly dusting underneath the area. And by lightly, I mean you can't even see the powder on the brush almost. And that'll also dust away any excess that's underneath the eye. Now I'm taking the same sponge that I applied my foundation. I dipped it in that powder and tapped off excess. It doesn't look like I tapped off excess, but I did. And I'm putting it first anywhere where I crease or where I don't want to get shiny quickly along my T-zone. And then I'll go around to the outside of the face. And I really just press that powder in until it disappears. It does look pretty white at first, but then I'll dust away the excess. I'm using a Zoeva 90 Luxe Grand Powder Brush and dusting away any excess. Since this was an impromptu video I just did last minute, my brushes are not completely clean. I don't wash them every night. I wash them every few nights. They don't have pigment on them. I use my color switch, which I will link below, and it does get the pigment off, but they are not freshly washed. Because of you guys, I ordered several things from the Balm. I am using some of them in this video. I got Bahama Mama and the new Take Home the Bronze in Oscar. This is Oscar and this is Bahama Mama. You can see the difference in the colors. This is Bahama Mama and this is Oscar on the fingers. So I think I'm going to contour with Oscar and use Bahama Mama as a bronzer and see how that works. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do because I kind of like how Oscar is a little bit cooler. It might give a similar effect to the Kevyn Aucoin sculpting powder in the end, so that's what I'm gonna do. This is an It Cosmetic Velvet Luxe number 313 brush. It's actually a powder brush, but I've been really liking it for bronzer. A lot of you suggested It Cosmetics for a bronzer brush option, and I've really been enjoying this brush. It's incredibly soft. It feels really good. Thanks to you guys, I finally tried the Balm Mary Luminizer. It is as beautiful as you guys say. I am so thankful that you guys recommended this. I'm using Wayne Goss 02 brush to apply it, and I feel like you never can see highlighter in my monitor. It's there. I love this brush too. It really does apply things as beautifully as they say. This is actually the perfect champagne highlighter. And everybody says it's really over the top, but I don't know. I don't think it's too over the top. And the blush I'm using is the Balm Frat Boy. This color is right up my alley. It's that perfect coral melon color. I think this could replace one of my favorite summertime blushes, spring summer, which is the Sonia Kashuk Melon, because apparently they have discontinued Sonia Kashuk's makeup line and are only doing her bags and brushes. I still can't believe that. And this is the Wayne Goss airbrush, which is as amazing as everyone says. Again, his brushes are great. I'm starting off with a Sigma E40 and orange soda, and I'm going to place that as my transition. I'm going to keep this look very every day. I know that's what a lot of you asked for because you've been seeing a lot of really glammed out looks with it, and I'm going to keep this one very wearable, very easy for every day. I already evened out my lids with a base because I color corrected, so I'm not really worried about doing that. So I'm just putting this all in the crease and almost up to the brow bone. And I've told you this before, but I know I have some people that are new to my channel. I always angle my brush from downwards up because if you have any kind of a hooded eye, it just helps you get that angle a little bit better than going in from this way. It just really gets the brush to spread out and apply to that hood a little bit easier. I know a lot of people do their lower lash line last, but because I know I'm going to put this color on my lower lash line, I'm taking this Delium Tools Golden Triangle 780 and I'm just going to put that same orange soda along the lower lash line. I do find that there is some kick up with these shadows, but tapping off my brush really just helps eliminate that. They blend really easily after you tap off the brush. Now I'm going to take Rustic on a Sigma E25 and place this in the crease a little bit lower. So I want this to give me a lift. So I'm looking straight into my mirror so that I can see that this is giving me a little bit of an upturn. I'm placing this in the crease. It's kind of along my lash line extension angle, and it's almost even with the top of the curve of the socket. That's going to give me a little bit of lift. So I'm bringing it into the crease, but I'm also bringing it up a little, because if you see when I'm putting on my eyeshadow, I'm doing this, but when it drops, it looks kind of dragged down and it would be hidden if I didn't place it a little bit up. So I am going to bring it down into that little V a little bit and just swirl. I'm putting most of the pigment out there and then I'm just dragging it to the inner portion. So you see how I kind of started right there? Even though I'm doing my crease, I need to start a little bit higher because when I look straight into a mirror, if I don't start higher and I have a little bit of a hood, that's going to be completely hidden in my crease. So I start almost horizontally to the top of my socket and kind of at the outer portion of where my lower lash line would hit. And then I'm going to just start kind of circling it and bringing it into the crease. This way it's not all hidden in the crease and you can see it if you have any kind of a hood. So when I'm initially placing the application, I look straight into the mirror to make sure it gets in the right spot, and then when I start blending, I kind of raise my eyebrow a little bit. I'm taking a Luxie 223 tapered blending brush and just blending it with a clean brush. I'm taking the brush that came with the palette, I'm taking this end of it, and I'm taking both Rose Pink and Glistening, which are these two shimmery shades right here, and I'm going to place Rose Pink underneath, Glistening onto, I guess, the inner 2/3 of my lid. I've been liking that lately because the Rose Pink can be a little overwhelming for daytime, but if you place the Glistening on top, it just works a little better. It's a little more subtle. I like that because it takes it to a more rose gold as opposed to a gold or a rose pink shade. I'm going to take a Sigma E30 now and take Cypress Umber, and I'm going to place this just right in this outer third area just to give a little depth to the outer corner. You don't have to do this. You could totally leave it like this and have this be a great warm look, but I just want to give you an option. And now I'm going to take a Sephora Pro number 15 brush into Tempera and use that to highlight my inner corner and my brow bone. I'm also lightly bringing the shade just kind of under the lash line and smudging it just a little bit. I was going to line with the shade in the palette, but Urban Decay just sent me some stuff, and they sent some of their 24/7 liners, which I do like, and I very rarely line with actual eyeliner. I usually use shadow, especially in a lot of my demos, because I think it's easier, it's quicker, but I do like the Urban Decay 24/7 liners. I am trying to decide between Demolition, which is this dark one, and Roach. Here they are. This is Roach and this is Demolition. I'm thinking I'm going to go with Demolition because it goes a little bit better with my look I have here. I'm going to speed through this liner, get my mascara done, and then come back and do lips. Here's where we are post eyes, post mascara, and I have decided I'm going to use Charlotte Tilbury's Iconic Nude. I've talked about it on camera, but I don't think I've used it, and I'm going to use also Charlotte Tilbury's Bitch Perfect. I've had a few of you recommend it to me, and I finally got it, so I'm going to try it. I'm also going to try one of these two new Urban Decay High Shine lip glosses. I talked about these on my Insta stories very recently, and a few of you wanted to know how I like them. I'm either going to use Dirty Talk, which is this one with a little bit of shimmer in it, or Fuel, which is a little more nude, but it doesn't have a shimmer. I'm not quite sure which one I'm going to use. I do like these. They have kind of a minty, really nice scent to them. I like the way they wear and look on the lips. You can see why I love this lip liner so much. It's such a great Lips But Better nude. I've tried Pillow Talk on my channel before, and I've said it's a little pinker than the Iconic Nude, but this is the one, to me, that is a great nude, neutral, everyday lip shade. Love it, love it, love it. I like Bitch Perfect because it's a great neutral, yet it has a peachy undertone, so it seems like it's pretty wearable. A lot of people get the Kim KW, but it's pretty pale. This one seems a bit more wearable for more people across the board. You could leave it at this and be set. I am gonna add a little bit of gloss on top. I might blot this a little bit so it's not so sticky with the gloss over it. I find that all the Hi-Fi Shine glosses are a little bit different in terms of pigmentation and opacity. This is Fuel and this is Dirty Talk. These are pretty similar, but some are pretty sheer. So you don't really know what you're gonna get just by seeing them in the tube. So I'm going with Dirty Talk. If you don't like a minty cooling feeling on your lips, you are not gonna like these at all. I personally like it. And they do taste nice and sweet, which is a bonus to me. This is the Soft Glam wearable, work appropriate, any occasion appropriate look that is doable, I think, for day to day. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much again to Colorescience for partnering with me on this video. I always love talking about that Total Eye product. I will shout it from the rooftops anytime I can. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you are not subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. If you're not following me on Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, Facebook, Pinterest, all those places, I have them up on the screen and down below so that you can go follow me over there too. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye-bye.